All right, get this. Humanoid robots, not like in the future or something, but like right now. We're diving into figure AI,
Yeah.
a company making, like sci-fi dreams, a reality.
Yeah, what's really, I think, captivating about Figure AI is their ambition. It's not just like building a robot to do one specific task. They're aiming for general purpose robots,
Right.
the kind that could like walk into a factory or into a home, even onto a spaceship and get to work.
We've got a ton of articles, reports on this, and it is like a wild ride, so buckle up because we're unpacking all of it for you.
Yeah, their approach is it's really fascinating. They're very focused on practicality, robots that can seamlessly integrate with our world, and that's reflected in their design choices, their partnerships, even their funding strategy.
Oh, speaking of funding, did you see that their valuation has like skyrocketed to almost $40 billion?
It's incredible.
And they're already shipping robots to paying customers.
Yeah.
That's not just hype, that's serious business.
No, it's a testament to the confidence that investors have in their vision, and when you look at the Figure 02, their flagship model, you start to understand why.
Okay, so you have got to see this thing. It's not just like a clunky machine.
Yeah.
It's got this sleek exoskeleton, almost like something out of like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the kicker. Those hands.
Yeah, 16 degrees of freedom,
Oh my.
which is more dexterity than a human hand.
Wow.
Imagine the precision tasks that it could handle.
And the battery life over 20 hours. They've like cracked the code on a problem that's plagued other humanoid robots for years.
Well, that's one of their key differentiators. I mean, they understood that for these robots to be truly useful, they need to operate for extended periods without constantly needing to be recharged.
Yeah. But it's not just about the hardware.
No.
They've partnered with OpenAI, which means Figure 02 has access to like the most advanced AI out there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where things get really, really exciting. We're talking about robots that can learn, adapt, and potentially even reason like humans. This isn't just automation.
Right.
It's a whole new level of intelligence.
Hold on, let me get this straight. We're talking about robots that could learn new tasks on the fly, troubleshoot problems
Yes,
even,
totally.
like understand natural language.
That is the potential.
Oh.
And it's a level of cognitive ability we haven't really seen in robots before. And it's what sets Figure AI apart from, competitors like Tesla who are still primarily focused on the mechanics of movement.
Okay, so Figure AI is playing a different game altogether. It's
Yeah.
not just about building like a cool robot. It's about creating like a workforce of intelligent machines that can like seamlessly integrate into our world.
Exactly. And that's a powerful proposition, both from a technological and economic standpoint.
Yeah.
It has the potential to transform industries, from manufacturing and logistics to healthcare and beyond.
So where are these robots actually being used right now? Like, give us the inside scoop.
Well, as we mentioned, they're already being shipped to paying customers. One of the key early partnerships that they've developed is with BMW.
BMW, that's like a big name.
Yeah.
What are they using the robots for?
Well, they're being deployed in manufacturing and logistics, handling tasks like assembly, quality control, even moving materials around the factory floor.
Which those are tasks that are often like repetitive, physically demanding, or even dangerous for human workers.
Exactly. And that's where the robots can really shine. They can work tirelessly without breaks with a level of precision and consistency that humans just can't match.
But it's not just about replacing human workers, right?
No, it's about augmenting them.
Yeah.
The idea is that the robots will handle the tasks that are best suited for machines, freeing up the humans to focus on more complex, creative, or strategic work.
So it's a collaboration, not a competition, like the humans and robots working together to create like a more efficient and productive workforce.
Precisely. And that's a vision that's resonating with investors and industry leaders alike.
This is all incredibly exciting, but I can't help but wonder like about the implications for the workforce. Are we heading toward a future where robots like take all the jobs?
It's a valid concern and one that we'll delve into more deeply later in this deep dive. But for now, let's just say that the situation is more nuanced than a simple robots versus humans scenario.
Okay, good to know. Definitely eager to hear more about that. But before we move on, let's talk more about like specific applications of these robots. We've touched on manufacturing. What other industries are like ripe for disruption?
Well, one area that's generating a lot of buzz is logistics. Imagine these robots working in warehouses, sorting packages, loading trucks, even making deliveries.
Wait, deliveries? You mean these robots could be like bringing packages right to our doorstep?
Yeah, it's not that far-fetched. Figure AI is already testing robots for last-mile delivery applications.
Wow, that is a game changer. Think of the efficiency gains and cost savings.
And the potential benefits for consumers. Faster deliveries, more flexible delivery options, potentially even lower delivery costs.
Okay, so we've got manufacturing, logistics. What else? What about healthcare? Could these robots play a role there?
Absolutely. Healthcare is another industry where humanoid robots have the potential to make a significant impact. Imagine robots assisting nurses with patient care, helping patients with mobility issues, or even performing delicate surgical procedures.
Hold on. Robots performing surgery? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It's closer than you might think. Robotic surgery is already a reality.
Oh, yeah.
And humanoid robots could take that to the next level with their enhanced dexterity and precision.
This is like blowing my mind. We're talking about robots that could potentially save lives
Yeah.
and revolutionize the healthcare industry.
It is a fascinating prospect, but one that also raises some important ethical considerations. For example, how do we ensure patient safety when robots are involved in such critical procedures?
That's a great point. And what about like the emotional aspect of care? Can a robot really like provide that same level of empathy
Right.
and compassion as a human caregiver?
Those are complex questions that
Yeah.
we'll need to grapple with as this technology continues to evolve. But for now, let's just acknowledge that the potential benefits of humanoid robots in healthcare are immense.
Okay, so we've got manufacturing, logistics, healthcare. Are there any other industries you think we should have on our radar?
Well, one area that's often overlooked is space exploration.
Space exploration. How would like humanoid robots fit into that?
Well, think about the challenges of sending humans to, say, Mars or beyond.
Right.
It's a dangerous and costly endeavor.
Yeah, and the environments are incredibly harsh.
Exactly. But robots are built for those kinds of environments. They can withstand extreme temperatures, radiation, and other hazards that would be deadly to humans.
So you're saying that humanoid robots could like pave the way for human exploration of space?
It's a real possibility. They could be sent ahead to build habitats, gather data, even conduct experiments, making it safer and more feasible for humans to follow.
This is incredible. We're talking about robots that could help us like unlock the secrets of the universe.
It's a tantalizing prospect, isn't it? And it really highlights the transformative potential of humanoid robots across a wide range of industries.
Okay, I am officially convinced that Figure AI is onto something big here, but as we've touched on, this technology also raises some important questions about the future of work, the ethical implications, even our own relationship with technology.
You're absolutely right, and those are the questions that we'll be exploring in the next part of this deep dive. Stay tuned because things are about to get even more interesting.
All right. Okay, so we're back and ready to really dive into these deeper implications of this whole humanoid robot revolution. I'm still kind of reeling from that last segment. Space exploration with robots. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's
It's definitely exciting to think about the possibilities, but we should probably bring things back down to earth and talk about the potential impact on jobs. That's a big concern for a lot of people.
absolutely. We touched on it a bit earlier, but let's really unpack this. What are the experts saying about the likelihood of job displacement as these robots become more common?
Yeah, well, the reports that we've looked at, it's not a simple answer. It
Yeah.
paints a complex picture. It's not a simple case of robots just taking over all the jobs. It's
Yeah.
a lot more nuanced than that.
Can you give me an example? Where do we see the most potential for disruption?
Manufacturing and logistics are often cited as being kind of on the front lines of this shift. Those industries are already heavily automated, so it's kind of a natural progression to see humanoid robots taking on even more tasks.
Yeah, I can see that. Like warehouses, assembly lines, those environments seem like they're kind of tailor-made for robots. But what about jobs that require more human interaction, like retail or customer service?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. There's a lot of debate about whether robots can truly replicate the human touch needed in those roles. Some experts believe that certain aspects of those jobs will always require, human empathy and social skills.
So it's not just about the technical ability to do the task. It's also about like the emotional intelligence
Exactly.
needed to like interact with customers.
Yeah. Think about a situation where a customer needs help troubleshooting a complex issue. A robot might be able to provide basic information,
Yeah.
but a human can offer, understanding, reassurance, and maybe even some creative solutions.
That makes sense. But what about jobs that are like highly specialized,
Mm.
like surgery or like legal analysis? Surely robots can't replace those roles, right?
Even in those fields, we're seeing the impact of AI and automation. Surgeons are already using robotic arms to perform delicate procedures, and AI-powered software is helping lawyers sift through mountains of legal documents.
So even if robots don't fully replace those jobs, they're like changing the nature of the work.
That's a key takeaway. It's not necessarily about robots taking over entire professions. It's about how they're changing the tasks within those professions.
Okay.
Some tasks will become automated, while others will require humans to develop new skills and adapt to working alongside these intelligent machines.
This brings us back to that vision of like humans and robots collaborating.
Yeah.
What does that partnership look like in practice? Can you give us some like concrete examples?
Sure, absolutely. Imagine a construction site where robots are handling the heavy lifting and the dangerous tasks, while human workers focus on design, precision, craftsmanship, and problem solving.
So the robots enhance safety and efficiency,
Right.
while humans bring like their creativity, expertise to the table.
Exactly. Or think about healthcare. Robots could assist nurses with routine tasks like taking vital signs or delivering medication, freeing up the nurses to spend more time with patients, providing emotional support and personalized care.
That's a great example. It's about like leveraging the strengths of both humans and robots to achieve better outcomes.
Absolutely.
And it's important to remember that this collaboration won't like happen overnight. It's going to require significant investments in education and training to prepare the workforce for this new reality.
I couldn't agree more. We need to invest in programs that teach people how to, design, build, program, and maintain these robots.
Right.
We also need to focus on developing skills like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, and emotional intelligence, the skills that will set humans apart in a world where robots can handle many routine tasks.
So it's about like adapting, evolving, staying ahead of the curve. It's about embracing like lifelong learning and being open to new possibilities.
Precisely, and it's about fostering a culture of innovation and collaboration. We need to move beyond the fear of robots taking over and embrace the potential for humans and robots to work together to create a better future.
It's a powerful message of hope and possibility. Now, we've talked a lot about the potential impacts on jobs, but what about the like broader economic implications? Could the rise of humanoid robots actually like boost the economy?
That's a question that economists are grappling with right now, and there are arguments to be made on both sides.
Okay, so let's start with the potential downsides.
Yeah.
What are like the economic risks associated with this technology?
Well, one concern is that increased automation could lead to wage stagnation or even job losses in certain sectors, potentially widening the gap between the rich and the poor.
Yeah, that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
If robots are doing the jobs, who's left to like earn a living?
Yeah, it's a complex issue with no easy answers. Some economists argue that as productivity increases due to automation, the overall economy will grow, creating new jobs and opportunities.
Right.
Others worry that the benefits of this growth will be concentrated in the hands of a few,
Yeah.
while many workers are left behind.
So it's not just about whether jobs are like created or lost, it's about who benefits from this like technological shift.
Exactly, and it raises important questions about how we ensure a fair and equitable distribution of wealth in a world where robots are playing an increasingly important role in the economy.
This brings us back to the need for like proactive policies
Yeah.
and like thoughtful planning.
Yeah.
We can't just like let this technology unfold without considering the potential social and economic consequences.
Absolutely. We need to be thinking about things like retraining programs for displaced workers, investment in education and infrastructure, and perhaps even exploring new economic models like universal basic income.
Those are big ideas,
They are.
but it sounds like they're necessary conversations to have if we want to make sure that everyone benefits
Yeah.
from this technological revolution.
Precisely. It's about shaping the future in a way that works for all of humanity, not just a select few.
Okay, so we've covered the potential risks and the need for like proactive planning.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a little bit and talk about like the potential economic benefits. How could humanoid robots actually like boost the economy?
One of the most significant potential benefits is increased productivity. Robots can work tirelessly without breaks and with a level of precision and consistency that humans can't match. This could lead to significant gains in output and efficiency across a wide range of industries.
So it's about robots, like doing what they do best, freeing up humans to focus on tasks that require, creativity, critical thinking, and like complex problem solving.
Exactly. And this increased productivity could lead to economic growth, lower prices for consumers, and potentially even higher wages for workers who are able to leverage their skills alongside these robots.
That sounds like a win-win situation.
It could be.
But what about the argument that robots will just like take all the jobs and leave humans with nothing to do?
Well, that's a common fear.
Yeah.
But history has shown that technological advancements tend to create more jobs than they destroy,
Okay.
albeit different types of jobs.
So it's not about robots replacing humans. It's about humans adapting to new roles and new ways of working.
Precisely. Think about the invention of the automobile. It displaced countless jobs in the horse-drawn carriage industry, but it also created entirely new industries and millions of new jobs in manufacturing, transportation, and related fields.
That's a great analogy. It highlights the transformative power of technology and the need to, embrace change and adapt.
And it underscores the importance of investing in education and training to prepare the workforce for the jobs of the future.
Okay, so we've explored like the potential economic impacts, both positive and negative. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Mhm.
But one thing is clear. The rise of humanoid robots is going to have a profound impact on like the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us.
I agree, and as we navigate this transition, it's crucial that we engage in thoughtful dialogue, consider the ethical implications, and make conscious choices that shape this technology in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Well said. And that brings us to the next part of our deep dive, where we'll delve into those ethical considerations and explore the potential challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive into figure AI and like the rise of these humanoid robots. It's been like this whirlwind of crazy technological advancements and like all these deep discussions about the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We've really seen how these robots have the potential to totally transform industries, boost productivity, even help us explore space.
Right.
It's pretty incredible.
But we've also acknowledged those concerns that people have about job displacement, economic inequality,
Yeah.
and really the need to think carefully about the ethical implications of this powerful technology.
You're absolutely right. It's clear that we're at a pivotal moment. The decisions that we make today are going to shape the trajectory of this whole technological revolution and whether it leads us towards a more equitable and prosperous future or actually makes those societal challenges worse.
Right. So let's dive into those ethical considerations.
Yeah.
What are the key questions that we need to be asking as we navigate this uncharted territory?
Well, one of the most pressing issues is data privacy. I mean, these robots are going to be collecting huge amounts of data about the people and environments that they interact with.
Right.
So how do we ensure that data is protected and used responsibly?
That's a big concern. We see those headlines all the time about data breaches and misuse of personal information.
Right.
We need to establish some clear guidelines and regulations to safeguard privacy in this new era of intelligent machines.
I agree. And another critical area is algorithmic bias. The AI systems that power these robots, they're trained on these massive data sets. And if those data sets reflect existing societal biases,
Yeah.
the robots could perpetuate those biases in their interactions with humans.
So it's not just about the robots themselves, it's about the data they're trained on.
Yeah.
And the potential for those biases to be amplified.
Precisely. We need to ensure that the data sets used to train these AI systems are diverse, representative, and free from harmful biases. And we need to develop ways to monitor and mitigate bias throughout the entire life cycle of these systems.
This all points to the need for transparency and accountability.
Yes.
We need to understand how these AI systems work, how those decisions are made, and who is responsible when things go wrong.
I couldn't agree more. We need to move beyond that black box mentality and demand transparency from the companies that are developing these technologies. And we need to establish clear frameworks for accountability so that when issues arise, there are mechanisms for addressing them fairly and effectively.
These are complex challenges.
Sure.
But they're not insurmountable. I mean, we've faced similar challenges with other transformative technologies,
Mhm.
and we found ways to harness that power
Yeah.
while mitigating the risks.
Yeah. The key is to approach this technology with a balanced perspective, acknowledging both the potential benefits and the potential downsides, and engaging in the open and honest dialogue about the kind of future that we want to create.
And we need to remember that technology is like a tool.
Yes.
It's up to us to decide how we use that tool and what kind of society we want to build with it.
Now, I would add that this isn't just the responsibility of, tech companies or policymakers. It's a collective responsibility. It requires all of us to be informed, engaged, and willing to participate in shaping this future.
So to our listener, we encourage you to, continue exploring this topic, stay informed, ask critical questions, and make your voice heard.
Hmm.
The future of humanoid robots is like being written right now, and your choices matter.
That's right. And as we conclude this deep dive, let's remember that the most important question isn't whether robots will change our world, but how we will shape that change to ensure it aligns with our values and aspirations for, a more just, equitable, and fulfilling future for all of us.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into figure AI and humanoid robots. As always, thanks for listening.